how you doing? How you doing? How's everybody doing? All right, things going good with me. Going good with me, dude. I am stoked. I am stoked. I adjusted my diet, and about 3 weeks ago, adjusted my diet, decreased the amount of fat intake I was doing, increased the amount of cardio I was doing at the gym, and dude, lost 4.5 pounds in the last 3 weeks. Woo! All right, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I hurt my shoulder. I think I sprained it. I'm not sure, but I hurt my shoulder about 2 months ago, lifting weights, because I would do a combination of weights and cardio, and it still hurts, and I still can't lift weights. You know, do upper body stuff with weights, but it's getting better, slowly but surely. Slowly is the key word here, but it's incrementally getting better. So I started doing cardio as a result, and I decided to adjust my diet to get rid of some of the some of the belly fat that I had accumulated from just not eating well. What? But so yeah, I'm seeing progress, and boom. That's what we're talking about. It's always good to see progress. Okay, I got a story for you. This is story number 3, and in this series, and we're going to fast forward to high school. I lived all over the United States growing up, and Chicago, California, New York, Florida, and Hawaii. And today's story takes place in Hawaii. I was a sophomore. Yeah, I was a sophomore in high school, and I was going to school in Hawaii. And one day in class, can't even remember what class it was, but one day in class, this guy, we were talking about pot. And I'd mentioned that I didn't even drink at the time, and I'd mentioned that I'd never tried it. So he insisted that I try it. I'm like, no. He goes, yeah. And so he gives me this little bit of pot for me to try. And so later that evening, I'm at home, and I decided to try it. I can't remember where I got the pipe from. It may have been his. I don't remember where I got that from. So I put the thing in the pipe, and I'm sitting there, and no one's at home. My mom and I were living with this guy at the time, who she was dating, and so nobody was at home. It was just me watching HBO. Remember HBO? Remember HBO back then? Only had one HBO channel, and that was it. There was no other cable. There was HBO. Boom, that was it. And so I'm watching HBO. I decided to go for it, and dude didn't want to let me in. And so I put it in the pipe, and I light up, and I'm smoking. I'm going, oh, this is no big deal, really. Then about, I don't know, 20 minutes later, it started to hit me. And I was starting to get out of my head, and it felt really scary, and I started to get scared, and so I got up and I started pacing around, and I went into the kitchen to get something to eat, and I don't even remember if I got anything to eat, and at that point I'm just losing it, and I can't focus on anything, can't see practically, and so I thought, well, I'll go upstairs into my room and lay down, and I don't remember much of this, but I remember I fell up the stairs. I couldn't even walk upstairs. I fell up the stairs, but it felt like I was falling down the stairs. And I just, up was down, down was up, and finally I somehow made it to my bed. I don't remember making it to my bed, but I know I made it to my bed because when my head cleared and I came out of it and I woke up, I was in bed. And so I talked to him later on, the next day. I talked to him the next day, and I was asked him what was in that. Did you lace that with something? I told about my experience, and he goes, no, I didn't lace it with anything. That's what we call Maui Wowie. And apparently it was really strong stuff. You could see purple crystals on it and stuff like that. So yeah, it was my first foyer and my one and only trying pot. was not a fun time. I didn't enjoy it. So yeah, there you go. There's story number 3. Boom, in the books. Yeah! All right, you guys have a good one. Bye. It's a fucking storm out, man. It's storming. Woo! It is storming like crazy. I just had to run through it to get to my car, and I'm soaking wet. I'm soaked to the bone. Soaked to the bone. I had to run all the way across the parking lot because, of course, the gym was crowded when I got here. It wasn't raining then. And so, yeah, I had to run all the way across the parking lot and get my car. Isn't that a fun time? Hoorah! Hoorah! Just saw a sign that said Auto Spa. What I want to know is, why do cars get better treatment than I do? I don't quite understand that. I don't get to go to a spa. Neither should they.